All right, so today on the Civic, we've already replaced that panel to clean the top, that panel to clean the top, and this panel over here to clean the top. And what I mean by the top is this seal right here, because for some reason there's like a bunch of gunk behind it on that felt piece, and it's literally putting all this like nasty stuff on the windows. And for everyone that knows me knows that windows are my biggest pet peeve. They have to be clean, no tint, no nothing, but that's besides the point. Today we're gonna show you how to remove these panels, because I'm not gonna lie, I actually had to look this up on YouTube as well to see how to remove these, because I've never removed four-door panels. I've only done coupes. But first we're gonna start first we're going to start with the easy screw. So there's going to be one screw right here. It's just a Phillips head, and we're going to remove that. Then you need to come down here. What I did for this one is I just used a Phillips head like this. I kind of put it right here in this little edge right here and just kind of pried that out. I don't know how I'm going to do this with one hand, but I pried that out, and then we'll get this cover off. And when I get the cover off, I'll show you what that looks like. And then we're gonna come up to the actual handle itself. Now this one is gonna be a tiny bit easier than the driver's side, because the driver's side actually has a bunch of clips down here and then one down here. This one is gonna be much easier, but it's gonna be the same process. So I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. All right, so I don't like long videos that don't get straight to the point, because when I'm looking at something, I always wanna find what it is. So anyways, like I said, jam a screwdriver in the edge of this, kind of peel this out, and eventually you'll get one of these to pop like that. And then I pull the bottom out, and then you can pull the top out. So if you look at the top, it's got two little pieces that go in there, and then it's got the clips on the bottom. So you always want to pull the bottom out first before you pull the top out, because those are what is meant to help align that. So when you get that off, there's going to be 3 screws inside here. So they're going to be pretty big Phillips head screws. So we'll go ahead and take these out. So pretty big screw. And they're going to be golden color. And of course there's only going to be 3 of them. So I always just kind of pay attention to when I'm taking something apart, and when I'm putting it back together, however many screws there are, because that way you're just gonna familiarize yourself with how many screws are actually in there. If I can get this screwdriver in there. Hopefully they didn't change these out or something. That's okay. So 3 screws out there. Now this piece is loose. We can pop that bottom out if we wanted to. I'm just gonna wait for a second. I already took the screw out of the handle up here. It's just one single screw. And then when to remove this, you wanna pull this forward, and then you can pull that handle out, but you gotta be careful, because inside here, there's a little clip, and it's plastic. And you just wanna flip it over with your thumb, flip it off of the little metal piece inside there. And then I like to just try to jam my finger up in there. So you'll see there's a little clip right here. This piece clips over on top into the metal piece, the metal rod. And you just want to kind of pry this over without breaking that tab off the top. If you do, you can get those replacements at, I think O'Reilly's and some other places do have those little clips. But I just try not to break them, so that way you don't have to replace it. And then on the handle part, so you got to take this cover off. This outside cover is actually just a cover, like I'm saying, and there's 2 screws inside there. So what I do is there's a little clip on the back side of here that you'll see, and I just kind of push that down, push that inside, and then when you get it inside there enough, you can kind of pry that loose, and then the whole outer piece is going to come off. And actually the switch normally comes off with it also for some reason. There's not a screw in there, so you'll take this piece off right here, and then the switch will actually be loose. So this is the same process on all of the doors except for the driver door. The driver door is a little bit more intricate. Like I said, it's got a couple more clips on it, but it's the exact same thing. And the switches do not come off with the handle piece. It will stay on the car. So now we have that off. Now there's 2 more screws inside here. There's one up here, a big Phillips, and then there's one inside here, another big Phillips. And I hate
doing this like left-handed because I can't see. Anyway, so we're just going to do this one because I can see it. Make this video a little faster. If you hear that in the background, it's my fan going, so it might have a little bit of
like noise back there. But anyways, so there's going to be another screw here, another big Phillips. So there's only going to be 2 of those. They are different. They are a lot bigger. So once that's off, normally I'll start somewhere where I can kind of get a hold of the panel, and then literally you can just pop it off. Try not to break the clips or whatever that's on there. There's probably like 6 of them. And then once you get that off, nice and loose, try to jam that wire for the handle back there. I kind of work the back up, get it off that latch, and then you'll be able to pull that panel off. So this one is going to be a little trickier when you get it off. You're going to have to remove the plug for the speaker. I don't know, that's like, it's getting caught up on there. So there's a speaker plug on the back of here. Normally it has enough slack in it, but it feels like this one is caught up on something, so it's not allowing me to pull that panel out very much. And there we go. So got that off. Now we can pull that panel all the way off. So this is what I was talking about. There's a speaker wire down here. I don't know if you can see that, but it plugs into the bottom of the speaker, and it was kind of just getting hung up on there. It's not long enough to allow me to pull that panel off. But anyways, that's how you pull it off. And then what I do is I always make sure and take the clips out. So there's a clip here that came off the panel, and looks like all the other ones came off, and then just reverse the process to put it back on. So hope that helps you guys. I know I had to look that up, but that handle piece is definitely the hardest piece. Once you get that off, it's a cakewalk from there.